Okay. Oh, we're live. Okay, I'm sorry. Hello, I am David Terry. I'm coming to you to talk about something. Every man a king. It's an idea. It's an idea that was invented by former Louisiana Senator Huey Long. He fought to improve the standard of living for every American in his state of Louisiana and across the country. He was assassinated after he announced he was running for president. Wonder who did that. But I researched his message, and Huey Long was a great man. He fought to increase the pensions, improve the pension system, create the welfare systems to help people during the Great Depression. Gave every child a free textbook whenever he was governor of Louisiana. And he was a great man. He fought to improve the standard of living of every American. He didn't care if people called him radical or socialist. He wanted to get stuff done. And that's what we need in the House also. When I proposed the Terry American Workers Bill that passed the House and is being put up in the Senate right now, it's up for debate, I didn't care what anyone was going to say. I knew the establishment wasn't going to like the bill. I knew they weren't going to like it, and I put it up anyways. You know why? Because it's the right thing to do. Special interest doesn't like the bill. It cuts into the corporate profits. It increases the minimum wage. And small businesses get most of the tax cuts. But you know something? That's the point. That's the point of the bill, is to put small businesses and workers first. Every man a king. And you know something? Part of putting every man a king is making sure they have clean air, clean water, clean environment. And whenever we have a big pile of trash in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, that's not every man a king. That's nowhere close to every man a king. So my plan, whenever I get reelected, I'm going to work on this a lot because it's going to be a really big bill. We're going to clean up the trash in the Pacific Ocean. We need a big bill to do that. And we're going to clean up the other environment. I'm from Florida, and we got the Everglades. We need to clean up the Everglades. We need to make sure that we aren't draining the Everglades. We need to increase, penalties for polluting, federal parks. And just polluting and, littering in general and stuff. And we need to make sure that we fight invasive species in the Everglades, because the Everglades, and I've said this before, have pythons in them. So if we're going to make every man a king, we need to make sure that they have a clean living environment, because a king is going to have a clean living environment. The king's area, the king's wildlife, isn't going to be polluted. And that's part of making every man a king. Another part of making every man a king is making sure that you can get a vacation. God damn it. And we got people, they don't even, like 1/3 of Americans don't even have a passport because they can't afford it. Because they can't afford to go on vacation. Why you could get a passport if you can't go on vacation? We need to make sure that people are going on vacation. And that's part of making every man a king. So that's why my bill increases the paid vacation time to 25 days from 2 weeks. Because we need to make sure that people are going on vacations. Workers that are well rested increase production, which will make the owners the king. They'll make the workers the king. Every man a king. That's pretty much what I'm running this campaign on. It's not the official slogan. We don't have one yet. But every man a king is a big factor. We need someone that can stand up to the establishment and say, listen, we don't care. I'm not accepting corporate PAC money. I'm not listening to you. We're going to do what's right, and we're going to do what the working class has been demanding for far too long. And also, I can kind of tie this in, my adoption bill. If we're going to make every man a king, we need to make sure that our orphans are being treated well. The orphans are part of every man a king, which is why my bill subsidizes the federal government 25% of the cost of orphanages and 25% of the cost to adopt. And what we're going to do in another bill is we're going to work with states to also subsidize part of the adoption costs. Because if we're going to make every man a king, that includes our children. What we also need to do is we need to make sure that our health care is good. So my position is that Ubi Care is good. We love Ubi Care. But if we can make Ubi Care better, we will find ways to make Ubi Care better. So I want my constituents to contact me to tell me, listen, Dave, this is how we're going to make Ubi Care better. Because I want to know. I want to know how we are going to make Ubi Care better. Make it work for all Americans. And that's part of putting every man a king. Because the king has good health care. The king has it all. Why can't Americans have it all? When the top 3 richest people control 1/3 of the wealth in this country, that's not every man a king. That's 3 men, the kings, and everyone else is a servant. But in the richest country on earth, there is no reason why 3 people control 1/3 of the wealth, and then you have the bottom 50% that controls the bottom 20% in this country. The bottom 20% of this country controls 1% of the wealth. That is not right in a moral society. And that is not right in a society where we make every man a king. Which is why, if we, this has been a campaign promise, if there is an personal earned income tax that is to be proposed in MAC, I will not pay it unless it has a high marginal rates for people making hundreds of millions of dollars, and low rates for everyone else. What the establishment likes to do is he'll say, oh, here's some upper middle class people. They're making $150,000, $200,000. Let's make them pay the same marginal rate as someone that makes $100 million a year. I'm sorry, that's crap. That's crap, sir. We aren't going to do this, and I am not going to vote for it whenever I become your representative. Some people would agree with that. We have people proposing these bills. It's not good. It's not good for the country, and it's certainly not good for making every man a king. So what we're going to do is the people, and this is going to be I don't support the personal earned income tax. I don't support it. I don't think we should have it. But if we are going to have it, what we need to do is we need to make sure that the tippy top, because people in the middle, they don't understand the middle people are making a couple $100,000 per year. They are not as rich as people making $100 million per year. So what we're going to do is those people are going to be paying more than they are right now. But the people making only a couple $100,000, they're going to be paying less. And the working class, hopefully So listen, I'm not going to do it. And this is what we need to make sure that happens. And that's part of making every man a king. Listen, a vote for me is a vote for someone that understands working class people, understands the struggles that you face, understands that you have bills that you can barely pay while someone's flying around in a private jet. That's just crap. It's not necessary. It's excess, and it's something that our system currently creates. And I think that we can have a compassionate conservatism, not in the neoconservative way, but in a taking care of people while at the same time holding on to our core values. And that's part of making every man a king. So I hope to have your support on Election Day next Friday. And I'm glad I was able to talk to you today.